Hello, guys. I'm Christelle. Today, I'm alone, so I'm actually filming alone, and I've just come back from work. I mean, a while ago, and here it is 3 p.m. Let's see. Okay. Yes, it's 20 past 3. So I would like to cook something easy, fast, but healthy. I don't like to waste too much time in the kitchen. No. So, unless it's a traditional food, any type of traditional food, mostly African traditional food, yes, I can spend 1, 2 hours in the kitchen. Yes. But now, I'm about to cook something um, easy. So, as I was saying, and my idea it's a whole grain pasta, as you can see, with vegetables that I have already chopped, as you can see. I will link on the video pictures of what you need as ingredient in case you are interested in maybe cooking or improving or revisiting this recipe. I want to do something with very low, let's say high protein and low fat, because one of my goals for this year 2020 is to lose some weight. I gain, if I use the metric measures, I would say that I have gained 20 kilograms in the past 8 years, and my intent is to lose mostly, let's say, most of this weight. Let's put it that way. So better start now. We are on March 2020, and uh, I would like to fit in my outfit again. So so let's start. Okay. Since I cannot I don't want to miss any angles, so I will, my mobile phone will just remain static as it is. Yes. But as ingredients, okay, as ingredients, I will just show it this way. So you have the whole grain pasta. Yes. You can use spaghetti, macaroni. It's up to you. This is just my choice. All right. And then here on the, I mean, in the pictures that I will link, they were separated, but here you have the onions, and here you have paprika. Yes, you can use any color, it's up to you, it's even nice. Then oil, not so much, okay, so I've just poured like this, but I will not put actually too much of it. So it is olive oil. Then you have grape tomato or cherry tomato, and I'm using cucumber. You can use zucchini if you want. All right. Then you have garlic. Let me show you closer. Yes, you have garlic here, black pepper here, or bell pepper, and then you have salt. Not so much too. I mean, it's up to you. Okay. I don't like to eat salty food. Greg does. He can actually pour half. Oh no, I'm exaggerating. Okay, but he likes salt. He likes it. So then, as spices, vegetables, that's okay. Okay, so only one, what I've showed you is enough. So now, as spices, it will be up to you. Any type of herbs, specific herbs of your choice, it's okay. But what I have chosen, okay, it's a mix of herbs like actually it's you have muscat, you have parsley, but it's a mix, okay, with, I mean, made by no, you know, most of their products are most of the time mixed seasoning, okay, but in German it is called Gartenkräuter. Yeah, for those who understand German, yes, Gartenkräuter. Then I will add Kräuter Knoblauch. This is also a specific oil, let's say extracts of garlic and some other herbs. I like garlic. So as you can see, I've showed you the fresh one here. I've showed you the liquid one. Then you can add ginger. Of course, here it is written in Polish. It is imbir. In Russian also we said imbir. And so the ginger. I like also ginger because in most of Cameroonian food, if you remember, I'm from Cameroon, so most of our Cameroonian food, we always use ginger. We don't have powder, ginger powder, no, we always use the fresh one. We have the fresh one here, but like I told you, I'm hungry. So I don't want to start peeling it and pressing it, and no. Powder will be good. And then I would like to add soya sauce. Let's say soy, yes, soy sauce, just to add some flavor. Okay. So if overall we can say that. Oh, sorry, I have to go on through my. Sorry. Okay. So, like I was saying, that's awful. Sorry. Okay, so this type of food, okay, this particular recipe contains carbohydrate, protein, fat, but around, let's say, 12 grams per person, and it's just, let's say, per person, yes, this is, if I have to make a calculation, it will be around, let's say, 56, 55, 60 grams of carbohydrates due to, remember, and let's say 18, 19 or 20 grams of protein, and then you have just 12, maximum 15 grams of fat, and this is just per person. But I'm about to do a 2 portions, yes, for Greg and I, so let's do it. Yes, by the way, if you talk about, let's say, you can take 10 minutes to boil, okay, the whole grain pasta, and it will take between 3 and 5 minutes to fry, you know, most of the vegetables. Ugh, I'm choking. And then when they are done, then you can add, or you can, let's say, yes, you can add the whole grain into that mixed fry vegetable, yes, and you will stir for 3 and 5 minutes. So overall, if I have to count minus the whole grain pasta that you have to boil, it will take you a maximum of 8 to 10 minutes to cook this. Okay, so let's start. I will actually link the picture of what I will cook because I can hold the camera and cook at the same time. I guess I think you guessed it. But why I'm doing this, let's have a little talk. Yes. Uh, let's talk about maybe the current event. Yes. Um, for the time being, the current event, of course, being the fact that we have the coronavirus going on. We don't want to panic, but we are not ignoring this. So, how is it going on here? It's mostly here in Germany. People are quite disciplined, for what I can see. The Ministry of Health is making sure that everyone is informed of what to do. Yes, and the updates on the progress of this pandemic. So many, all the fitness clubs around, and let's say in the country, have been, let's say, this shut down. It's shut down. It's a little bit dramatic, but yes, it's a dramatic situation. So fitness clubs have closed. I'm naming the fitness club because Greg and I, we try to practice at least once, twice a week, although we are overbooked, busy, and we have schedule. No, we are not the 9 to 5 type of workers. We are working more than this frame of time, or above this frame of time. So when we come back home, it's most of the time it's late. When I say it's late, sometimes we can work till from 7:30, because we always start working at 7:30, but we leave the house sometimes at 6, let's say at quarter to 7, that is 6:45 a.m. But our regular time to leave the house is 7 a.m. and then we are back home usually by 5 p.m. Sometimes when we work late, we can work till 9 p.m. Yes, it happens. It happens. And but due to the crisis, to the pandemic now, with theaters, restaurants, pastries, they have closed. Yes, they have all closed due to the current regulations. And in my sector of work, let's say that I start to feel it too, because most elderly people are afraid to be, let's say, to be subdued to this. So, they are, if we talk about the health, they are fragile. Their immunity system is too weak, and they can't afford being ill. Not that you are ill or I am ill, no, but let's not risk it, if you understand what I mean. Yes. So I had to cut down and to cut off many of my clients, and which made my usual working, let's say, my monthly calendar, let's say, it is usually my monthly calendar is full, and because of that, now I have, sometimes I can only work 4 hours per day, and this is if I'm lucky, because no one wants to, people avoid mingling and or socializing outside of the house. So I can go to my clients and my clients, they can't go to work because yes, also most of the companies around have requested their workers to work from home. Also, teachers teach online. So for workers who are not in the educational system, they work from home. No one wants to be exposed. So, and when they're at home, they don't feel the need to, to have your services, because they're at home, they can take care of themselves, they can take care of the house. Yes, for those who are asking what exactly do I do, I have, like my profile on Instagram says about us, Greg and I have a cleaning business for private individuals and companies. I also teach foreign languages in a languages institute, and sometimes I do content editing, just content editing. I'm an old school, so I don't have the let's say the intrinsic, skills required by the technology. I don't have it. Okay, so I do content editing for bloggers, for example. I check, proofreadings, and I proofread the work that they do. And this is on freelance, of course. And I'm trying to have, I'm trying to keep myself busy. Okay. So coming back to the cleaning sector. Although all people are at home, due to their fragile health, as I was saying earlier, you cannot go to them and clean. Okay, let's put it that way. The medical staff who, cannot afford, do not have the luxury not to go to the elderly people, because it has specific system here in Germany to take care of old people, going to them, making sure that they are well cared of, that they have taken their medications, all this stuff. So in my case, for the workers that are requested to work from their house, they don't need my services for the time being, because they're at home, they can do their chores by themselves. Yes, so they don't need me around. And as a little company, I have I avoid having a crowd of clients, so I made sure that I have a maximum of 15-20 clients. So out of them, for example, 3 or 4 of them had to call it off, yes, because they are working from home. So which makes my days quite oh my goodness, idle. For example, there are days where I cannot work at all. For example, now I am taking again my driving classes. I have a driving license, but I spent 8 years without driving, because I was in a country where it wasn't so easy to just go and get a car. They were making it difficult, administratively speaking, of course, making it difficult for you to get a car, unless you buy it. So I spent 8 years without driving, and then when I moved to Germany, then I decided to take again driving lessons. Sorry, and I'm doing it from scratch. Yeah. So the driving schools have closed too, which means that usually I take one day out of the week because I try to work 6 days out of 7. I don't work on Sunday unless it is a cas de force majeure. So I took one day out of the week to do my practice in the morning, my practice driving, driving classes, practice in the morning and theory in the evening. Now that, and in between those 2 sessions, I try to have a client, and then the client, they call off. My driving classes, they cannot take place. So a day at home, maybe some of you will tell me that maybe you can take the opportunity to do some domestic chores. That's the thing, is that I'm always cleaning. So the day I'm at home, I don't know what to clean because everything is already clean. So but today I was saying that, I told you earlier that I was coming from work. Yes, is that I had a client this morning, and time to come home, and since I don't drive and that Greg is not around to go and pick me up, so I have to use public transport. Fortunately, they were almost empty, so, and then I from the train station to our place, I came on foot. It's also good to have some physical exercise since fitness club have closed. What can I say? I prefer to take a light note about what is going on because it is already too dramatic, and there is no point being dramatic or more dramatic than the situation itself. So compared to what I can see or hear coming from other countries, I would say that in Germany they are quite disciplined. They don't go out if they have nothing to do outside. What I mean is that they are not wandering just to wander. They are quite, they like to keep fit. So if they have a workout to do, most of the time it's jogging. They jog all the time here in Germany, all the time, no matter no matter the weather. Okay, it is snowing, they are running. It is raining, they are running. It's actually burning the sun, they are running. They don't change their schedule. That's something good. So after this, everyone is at home, and public transports are empty. They don't waste time, The discipline, I'm stereotyping now, but that's it. The German discipline, puff, puff. So that's it. Oh, so yes. What I'm doing here, while I'm talking to you, let me show you what I'm doing here now. I'm stirring. Okay, I'm stirring the vegetables now. Stirring. So, sorry, hiding the camera. So when it will be done, then I will just pour the whole grain pasta. Yes, and then season it with bell pepper and ginger, and add some garlic oil there, and it will be done after 3-5 minutes. I don't need to add water in this because I'm stirring it now for more than 5 minutes, but I'm talking about the vegetables, but they are supposedly already good. So adding the cooked or boiled pasta, so you see, you don't need to add water and wait again for we don't know what. So coming back to the news. Yes, to the news, I would say that yes, they are more disciplined here, so it's not anytime soon that we'll see any martial law apply here, like in some European countries now, due to the indiscipline of some citizens. Here everything is clear for everyone. So apart from this, how do you protect yourself? How do you, face this crisis? This, what is going on now? For example, for me, at my work, I always use, virus or not, I always use, I have the word in German in my head, Handschuhe, gloves. Oh, sorry, gloves. I always use gloves. I use mask because I don't use aggressive cleaning product. This is one of the main thing that I actually propose to my clients. I use ecological products, trying to do my part. Unless they request otherwise, I propose cleaning with ecological product, and I'm trying to do it really. I always do my work in a personal way, because I always tell myself, okay, if I go to work now, I think, how would I like to see my house or my office, or Greg usually says that I'm a maniac, so he might be right. Anyway, I hate when things are dirty for no reasons. When, for example, they are supposed to be on the dish, in the dishwasher, but they are in the sink. So, coming back to the way I fight the virus, like I was saying, I protect myself. I wear gloves, I wear my mask. Most of the time, I use my own material, and unless the clients are well equipped, then I use the products and the material of my clients. Then when I use my own material, when I come home, I disinfect. Okay, because you never know what type of germs you are bringing back home. So I try to do my best not to be subjected to this. I think that we are quite healthy, but it's always good to be let's say, to be careful. Yes. And so that's it. It's a pity. During this crisis, I was thinking how old people are doing, because someone on social media suggested something interesting, but we usually say that it takes a village, okay, to educate a nation or to help a nation. I don't remember the say, but that maybe what about letting elderly people be first entering, let's say, be the first to enter any supermarket, that is, for example, early in the morning, after the first hour, letting only old people entering the supermarket, because we have noticed in some countries that they are really afraid to go out of their houses to do purchases, let's say the basic. They prefer to stay at home, and they cannot ask for help because no one will volunteer to come to them, take the money and the list, go and do the purchases and come back. That is what most of the elderly people think, that okay, people, let's say, I don't like to use the term afraid, I don't like this. So, but it's a fact. Some people who are really paranoid, they don't want to go out at all. So I think about those old people. How do they do? How do they cope with that? I mean, those who have elderly, I mean, who have old relatives, can you comment? Can you go on the comment section and tell us how they do manage with this, with the virus? I mean, how do they face the crisis? Who do the purchases for them? Do they have, I mean, specific special deliveries at home? Knowing that most of companies have reduced their personnel, have asked most of them to work from home. So how does it work in your country? So please go on the comment section, yes, comment or send me when I say me, it's because I'm alone, but actually we both, Greg and I, we read your messages. We read your messages that you sent in our email box. But yes, let's talk a little bit about what is going on. Yes, and what is your theory about that? In Cameroon, for example, in my country, I spoke with some relatives yesterday evening, and they told me that our government, Cameroonian government, have decided to ban people from coming to Cameroon. I mean, not any, I mean, they have decided to ban everyone. When I say everyone, even Cameroonian coming to Cameroon, unless those people, those Cameroonian have can prove or can show proof of being tested negative. If they have no proof, they are not allowed to enter the country. So I mean, in Cameroon, when it comes to such type of measure, they're kind of radical. Yes, so in some other countries, for example, in Poland, because if you remember, Greg is from Poland. So in Poland, they have decided to also close their borders, but then to let Polish people and their relatives, I mean, member of their families, that is the spouse, child or children, yes, to come, let's say, to return to Poland. But the borders, like they said in Canada, okay,